Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Trek, where I'll be talking about and reviewing an episode of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise. Today, I'm looking at Course Oblivion from Voyager's 5th season, or as I like to call it, that time everyone on Voyager died. This episode was requested by David S. as a love it or hate it kind of episode. Thank you for the suggestion, and let's get going. We begin the episode with a wedding party, and here comes the bride, given away by Chakotay.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Given the volatile nature of their relationship, one might have predicted homicide rather than matrimony.
The couple have prepared their own vows, which are sweet and made me tear up a little, even though I know how the episode ends already. And they're married, so get to smooching. B'Elanna chucks the bouquet, which Seven catches.
Congratulations.
For what?
You may not want to know.
And as they get slow-mo showered in rice, it disappears through the warping floor, and into the credits we go. We learn that they've only got 2 years left of their trip, and Neelix suggests different honeymoon spots to Tom, while B'Elanna rambles on at Seven about how to take care of engineering while she's away.
My engineering abilities are more than sufficient. Enjoy your honeymoon.
A beeper beeps off, so B'Elanna insists on going with Seven to investigate the problem, and quizzes her on her love life. But Seven thinks marriage is boring, and they come across the wibbly floor. B'Elanna says their new warp drive is causing the molecular structure of the ship to break down, so everyone go fix that, okay? And later B'Elanna feels suddenly cold and her skin goes weird, which is how Tom finds her and takes her to sickbay, where she isn't the only one affected. Turns out that everyone's cells are breaking down because of the warp drive, even though they've shut it down. But anything bought aboard Voyager recently not replicated doesn't seem to be affected, so they investigate what's causing the problem, while Tom tells a very ill B'Elanna about their honeymoon plans. Which sounds awesome, I want to go! But B'Elanna flatlines, marking the shortest marriage in Starfleet history. Chakotay and Tuvok continue to investigate, settling on their visit to the Demon-class planet in the episode Demon, where the silver blood stuff cloned their DNA, and they wonder what happened to the clones. Chakotay orders the doctor to scan B'Elanna for stuff, then poke her, which turns her into goop, revealing that the real clone was inside of them all along. Janeway says she remembers her life on Earth, but that's just cloned memories, which took over their real memories and caused them to set a course for Earth. But their new warp drive, which is harmless to humans, has messed them up good and proper, so Chakotay suggests they head back to the Demon planet to save their lives. Janeway doesn't want to abandon their going back to Earth plan, and explains the situation to what's left of her people.
Duplicates or not, you're still my crew.
Tom freaks out over the whole thing and reminds Harry that even if they do make it home to Earth, his family aren't going to want him, while Janeway has made chicken for her and Chakotay, even though it's been established he's a vegetarian, and he reports they've lost more people and insists they turn around, and they get into an argument over it. The ship continues to wibble as the patients pile up, and the doctor says they should try and find the real Voyager for help, but his program glitches and a call comes through about a Demon-class planet similar to their own, so Janeway wants to land for a bit. A ship is not best pleased that Voyager is trying to land on their doorstep, and it fires at them, not listening to reason, so they're forced to retreat and keep heading for Earth, while they transmit a distress call. Chakotay goes to yell at Janeway for being dumb and not heading back to the Demon planet.
I promised the crew I'd get them home.
Home isn't Earth.
And now it's his turn to kick the bucket, and that finally gets her to turn the bloody ship around. With over a month left till they get back, 60-odd crew members dead, the Doctor irretrievable, and Tom in bad shape, Neelix gets promoted to Chief Medical Officer, and his first duty is to tell the captain to get some rest. She wants to make a time capsule in case they don't survive.
None of you deserves to be forgotten.
But there may not be time for that, as the ship rocks and oop, Janeway's dead. How many times is that now? 7? Harry is now the captain of this very melty ship, and their time capsule gets destroyed. But good news! They found the other Voyager, but can't get its attention, so they dump the core, which was a stupid plan, because as the real Voyager picks up their signal, all they find are goopy destroyed particles and no survivors. Okay, so this is a follow-up to the Season 4 episode Demon, which is rare. There's only a few instances of follow-ups being so far apart from their original episode. But it works here as you don't associate the doomed ship with the cloned crew until Chakotay mentions it, which is part a surprising reveal and part an oh yeah, I forgot about the Silver Blood planet thing. The clever part is you can tell from the start the crew aren't real if you're paying close enough attention, because Tom is addressed as Lieutenant, but he was demoted to Ensign earlier in the season and would not be reinstated as Lieutenant until the end of Season 6, meaning that the crew had different experiences from the real Voyager. I think the degrading effects on the crew varied and looked a bit silly from time to time, especially on 7 of 9, and I don't get why Tom ended up really ill when he looked the least affected out of everyone. And I know Janeway can be stubborn, but would she really be that single-minded that she would ignore her crew dying just to get back to Earth? I don't know. But it's still a fine episode, reminiscent of yesterday's Enterprise, Twilight, and Year of Hell. And it's always fun to see some characters getting offed, but not have to deal with the consequences permanently. The cloned crew's situation also reminds me of Dawn from Buffy, who was implanted with fake memories and lived unaware of her true identity, or the fact that she'd only been alive for a couple of months. It's a solid episode if you've seen the first part to it, and I appreciated the unhappy ending, where the cloned crew's existence was erased, because not everyone can be saved, and if Janeway had listened to Chakotay to begin with and turned the ship around, there might have been a very different outcome. So there you have it. That was Course Oblivion. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.